Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for...
It's the Real Jonathan Smith Show on Indy's Sports Ticket, 1430 AM and 99.5 HD2.
What's going on? The Real Jonathan Smith Show here on Indy's Sports Ticket. Hour number 2. Hour number 1 was great. We're going to talk a little U.S. Open golf with my guy, Matt Murphy. Big-time golfer, the best golfer I know. The handicap is actually -3 now. I don't even know if that's a thing. But Matt, what's going on, man?
Dude, you can't be starting
Matt,
today.
I cannot hear you. Maybe that's on my end. Okay, talk now.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, it looks like I'm unmuted. John, I really would caution lying to the viewers about anything, let alone the handicap being anywhere near 3 is crazy. And only your statement about me being the best golfer, that's only indicative that you maybe don't know a lot of golfers then, because
I don't.
We're not that good, but we try.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's all you can do. Okay, right. Matt. So I've gotten, as you know, big Mavs fan here. We're mainly talking golf today, but yeah. I've gotten some just crazy comments today. I've got a guy telling me I should cut up and burn my Mavs jersey, which is hilarious. That'd be quite the bit.
It would be quite the bit. Who's the jersey of?
Luka.
Well, I would say this: if you did it, there wouldn't be a lot of defense to that because there's not. I mean, he doesn't play defense at all, so there's no stopping you doing that. Because Luka doesn't stop anything. He doesn't stop anything.
I've defended him today on that front. I think it's hard to be the main offensive option and also defend the opposition's 2 best players for like 42 minutes. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. No, it is difficult, but let's put it this way. The Celtics are set up in a way where their 2 best players are outstanding offensively, but are willing defenders, right? And they provide plenty of equity defensively. Their 3rd and 4th best players do really well defensively, Drew Holiday, Derek White, and can be really good offensively, as opposed to a team like the Mavericks, where their best 2 players are really good offensively, a little bit less inclined to engage defensively, at least not to the Brown and Tatum level. And then their 3 and 4 options. I mean, PJ Washington's a solid defender, but it's just, I personally think what makes this Boston team so good is Derek White and Drew Holiday, because they're so good, so versatile, and they can do it both ways. I mean, they can score when you need them to score, but they're always going to be outstanding defensively. So it's difficult to beat a team like that when your best 2 players are not defensively inclined.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Dallas has been fine on defense throughout this series. Like, they're only giving up 105, 106 points a night, which is like, that is winnable when you have guys like Luka and Kyrie. But their issue is those are their only 2 offensive threats. Like, what makes Indy, like, when you look at the 3 best offensive teams in the NBA this year, it was Boston, Indiana, and Oklahoma City. All 3 of them have players outside of their best 2 players that can put the ball on the floor and create something. They have multiple guys like that. And Dallas just doesn't have that. That's kind of been the biggest difference for me in the series. But let's talk golf, because that is it's why I had you on. And so I'll tell you right now, I'm betting Scheffler. I don't know how you don't bet Scheffler right now. What are kind of your thoughts on him, and who are some of the other guys that you'd be watching for the U.S. Open?
Yeah, no, fair question. And first off, he's plus 280 on FanDuel, which is crazy. That in a field of 60, to have one person be favored at plus 260 is nuts. But it speaks to how good he's been. I mean, he's been outstanding. And even just the last tournament he won, where he really wasn't was far from his best. I mean, his final round was +2 and he won, which is nuts. So my main thing, I think the only real thing that could stop him would be traffic outside the course, right? Maybe if he drove, maybe he gets in another traffic issue, but no, he's really good and deserves to be the plus 280 favorite. I don't know. Mainly because I picked him on my fantasy U.S. Open team. I really like Rory. I think, hey, he's coming off. Him and his potential ex-wife, they canceled the divorce. They filed for divorce and say, hey, we're actually staying together. So I think he's got a lot of good mojo coming into the tournament, and again, would just love to see him win. It's been a while since he has. Also, like Ludwig, this big Sweden, looks eerily like Bennett Sayer, one of our boys. I like him a lot. Not necessarily to win outright, but to be competitive. And then, those are at least my big three names. The sleeper pick to compete that I don't know is people have him marked down as competing. Hideki Matsuyama.
Okay. Do you know Ryan Burr? Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
He covers golf for ESPN. That was his guy yesterday.
Oh, really?
He came on
Okay.
Dan's show and he mentioned him. He was like, watch out for him. He mentioned Cam Smith as well.
Yeah.
And then he got into some golf lingo that I was like, I don't know what any of that means. But hey, man, every time you've come on, you've been close to saying who's gonna win. So
yeah.
I love watching golf on Sundays. I think it's
the best.
It is the best. And like, I gotta be honest, I fall asleep a lot, but that's fine because Sunday afternoon naps are the best. And let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When it comes to Scheffler, because he's clearly at the forefront of golf right now. I mean, how far off do you think he is from the Tiger Woods run that happened when we were kids that really kind of made golf explode?
Yeah, he is in the stratosphere for sure. The same universe. I certainly don't think he's there yet. And I think partially what's difficult is with Tiger, there's always going to be kind of the impact beyond just the golf impact, right? Like he grew the game in a way that I don't think Scotty is capable of, mainly just because of Tiger being a young African-American golfer that came onto the scene. It was so dominant, right? Dominant to the point of, again, it's all-time great dominance from Scheffler now. But in terms of impact of the game, it's difficult to compare just because of the social impact, the growth of the game that Tiger had. That's an aspect that I don't think Scotty will ever be able to achieve.
He's too boring for that.
Yeah, exactly. And part of the reason why I wouldn't necessarily be able to achieve the same level is because of Tiger grew that is insane at the point, to the point of like there are people that follow golf now just because of Tiger Woods, right? And yeah, exactly the same. And I think our age bracket, like you look at people in their mid 20s, early 30s, like if you play or follow golf at all, it's probably because of Tiger. And again, I just don't think Scotty's going to have that same impact in terms of just on paper dominance, though. If he wins this weekend, if he wins a couple more, it would be absolutely right there in the same sentence as Tiger back in the day.
So, joined by my guy Matt Murphy, one of the best golfers I know, guy who's very in tune to everything going on. So, whenever I get on Twitter and I see the conversation around the U.S. Open, I see a lot of comments like the greens here are really fast. And there's videos of guys dropping balls and the ball just rolling all over the place. I got to be honest with you. We've played a lot of golf. And you have said this phrase before, the greens are really fast today. I don't know what that means. I'm sure there are people out there listening that are like, what does that mean? So can you explain that?
Yeah. So what's funny, John, is the Psalms golf course up over in Castleton and Pinehurst too don't share a lot in common. And if the Pinehurst greens are considered fast, then the Psalms course greens shouldn't be considered anything because mainly just say that because I'm not a good putter. So when I roll 120 feet by, it's like, oh, it was fast.
It's fast.
But in general, there's so much undulation and part of what makes Pinehurst too really difficult. And you've seen it even a little bit in the first couple. I've seen a couple clips of guys that they'll miss 10 feet left of the pin and it'll land straight sit for like 3 seconds. And then it just will slowly trickle all the way off the green. Right. So it's not necessarily that the greens are fast. They are. But it's more so like around the greens, there's so much like runoff on the outskirts of the green. Like you really, again, even 10 feet left of the flag, which is a great shot for even them, right? On courses like this, it's just what makes it really, really challenging. It's truly a game of on the approach shots, especially, it's an inch one way, and you're well off the green, chipping out of up for a birdie / he could be in a bunker as well. So yeah, that makes it hard. And then I think even on the chips and putts that are off the green, you see so many people using the old Texas wedge, like we love to do, right? You keep the wedge out of the hand and use the putter right when you're off the green. You see that a lot at Pinehurst too. You don't normally see that in majors or any professional tournament or even collegiate tournaments, because these guys are really good, chippers and have really good short game with the wedge in hand. At Pinehurst too is different because it's really hard to stop balls, period. And there's just so much undulation and movement. So you'll see a lot of the guys putting well off the green instead of chipping, just because of the way these greens are set up. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Joined by my guy, Matt Murphy, who clearly knows a lot about golf, if you just heard that answer. So when I asked you last night to come on the show, you said that you had a question that you wanted to ask me. And I've been thinking about, I'm like, what is this guy going to ask me? So what's up?
I can't wait to hear your response. It's a question for both of us. We'll both give an answer. There's two different versions to the answer, or to the question. I'll go ahead and start with the easier one. So if you were in the U.S. Open, everyone else is teeing off from their tips, except you and me have the opportunity where we're starting each hole on the green, the farthest point on the green from the hole. And so that's our first shot is from, 80 feet, 90 feet, however big the green is, right? The farthest point from the pin. You don't have a caddy, so you have to read the greens by yourself. And again, You're starting from the green. Would you win the US Open? You're playing four. It's 4 rounds. It's 4 rounds. So each green you're starting. You're starting on the green.
Look, I would make the cut. That's probably about it.
I don't know.
I'm an awful putter. Like you've played with me, the putting touch is it's hit or miss, and it's usually a miss. And I just, look, if I took the summer leading up to the US Open and I went out and I putted every day, then I think I could finish like top 20. But with the shape I'm in right now, no way.
No way. Yeah.
There's no shot.
It's a tough question because there's obviously there's no gimmies either, right? There's no like, oh, that's good, right? You have to put everything out. And so I could just see myself, hey, maybe because keep in mind, a 3-putt for most holes is going to be a birdie, right? So you lag putt one up there, hopefully get within, 10, 15 feet. That would be nice, maybe 20. And then you lag putt another one up there, maybe leave just a little 2, 3 inches left. Hey, I got a birdie, great. But how many holes would it be on my lag putt? The ball goes off the green. Now I have a wedge in hand, and now I'm in the bunker. Like, I'm cooked. So I think as many of the 3-putts that you find, and I'll say this, John, I played golf on Tuesday. I had like 4 3-putts, but it wasn't on a 4 or 5 3-putts. It wasn't on a green like Pinehurst. So I would say I would be competitive. I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know if that means making the cut. I don't know, because I could see myself kind of blowing up for like an 8 or a 9,
Fair enough.
So, yeah,
what's
just
your
figure that's a fun little question. The greens are that hard. We probably wouldn't. We would say, we can say all we want. We probably have no shot. Honestly.
What's your handicap so that my listeners know?
So this will be revealing to the lack of golfers, handicap's right around 8 right now. So
it's not bad. That's good.
It's not bad, but it's the best it is what it is. I mean, the goal is to be. My father played golf in college, and so my goal is to always be chasing the big dog. But I haven't caught him yet. Probably won't.
I mean, one day it'll happen for you.
Yeah, I hope it's before the general like aging process kicks in with him, and so he would then have an excuse of why. So I want to get him while he's at the top of his game.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
2 things here. One, we've got some Psalms Warriors in the YouTube chat, which is great. We love that. If you want to join the YouTube chat, just head on over there, search for Indy Sports Ticket. We should pop right up. Come on. We have a great chat. Also, several comments on you. All right, so we've got some. They're digging the gold chain once again. Joined by my guy Matt Murphy. Also gotten some. He looks like he's related to Jake and Logan Paul's in there. Any comment? Any comment on that?
I'll say this. I went to a wedding this weekend, and I got that about 5 or 6 times from people I've never met, and to have the boldness to walk up and just say that. And I do have a quick story for the couple people that said that in the chat. I was at a Texas Rangers game. It was probably a month ago. Yeah, 4 weeks ago. So Texas Rangers game, walking up, talking to a group of people, and these 2 random people just kept talking to me. I hadn't met them before. They kept just, oh, it's great, so great to meet you, so great to meet you. And I'm like, okay, we talked a little about the game. And then I was like, hey, great to meet you. I'm gonna go back to my seat now. And one of them was like, hey, really quick, you're that YouTuber, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? YouTube? I don't have a YouTube. And she was like, you're one of the Pauls, right? Can we get a picture? And I was like, no, I'm not even close. No, like we could get a picture, but I'm not Logan Paul, I promise. So,
I don't have all the tattoos to be Jake Paul or Logan Paul.
I know, and I'm also honestly not very strong. So, I mean, yeah, and believe it or not, in the same conversation before this, I was like, I love these people for 2. Number one, they were just gassing me up because they thought I was a Paul. But 2, they were one of them said, he goes, we were talking about that Garcia guy from the Rangers, right? The big dude, right? Really strong. And he was like, well, and I said something about the side effects of steroids, just as a joke. And he was like, well, yeah, because he used to be really skinny like you. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, I don't feel skinny at all. My brother leans over. He's like, this guy's built like a coverage linebacker. He's not skinny at all. But yeah. All that being said, credit to whoever's in the chat. You're not alone in that take.
You brought up linebacker. So now I have to ask you, did you see Anthony Richardson's comment that he made on Jeff Teague's podcast? Do you know what I'm talking about right now?
Yeah, about the NFL being easier.
Yeah.
I have never seen that work out. Like, I've never seen that pan out in a good way. I think there's very few situations or people that have said that where that ends up checking out in the long run. So I didn't love that. Maybe it was a little bit out of context. I didn't listen to the full interview or anything, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's kind of bold for 4.5 games played.
12 quarters.
We'll see.
Yeah, he said it. That's all we talked about yesterday. I talked about that for like 5 hours yesterday. It was great.
Yeah, I hope it ends up being true. And I will say this: the only reason that he can legitimately say this, I was talking with a couple people yesterday about it as well. The only reason he can legitimately say that is because he has an offensive mastermind head coach, Shane Steichen. He's going to lead us into the future of the 317. Colts are in great hands. Great hands.
10-7.
Shane Steichen's a mastermind. Love him.
I think I like him more than my audience does. I think he's a great offensive mind. He was good in Philly. I mean, look, he took Gardner Minshew last year, a career backup. That's what Minshew's been, and they almost won the division. Like, you have to be a good offensive coach in order for that to happen. And once again, joined by my guy Matt Murphy. We've covered the finals, golf. Now we're talking Colts. It's just kind of the way that it goes with us.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, like, I'm with you. I made a comment earlier. I think when we look at the history of football, great defensive-minded coaches with great quarterbacks win a lot of Super Bowls. But I think it's important for young quarterbacks to have offensive-minded head coaches early because you just learn things quicker. They just make things easier on you. And I'm with you. I think Steichen's going to make things a little bit easier on Richardson, and hopefully AD Mitchell does as well.
Yeah, that dude's got some pop. At least I've seen and heard. He's played well in OTAs and so yeah, we'll see. I'm stoked though, man. It's just great for the city, dude. We're so lucky. Indianapolis is on the come up, dude. Actually, no, this way. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
The camera flip thing. I don't know if your camera does this.
No, it is. That's what I was saying. I was trying to do the up and to the right, but then
you gotta go up
and left on here. It goes right on the screen.
Yeah. It's weird. That's just the way it goes, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, man. So you like McElroy? Just to get it on
I just mainly because of he's coming off of the stopping of the divorce. There's a lot of good mojo. He's probably whatever. I don't know what happened to cause that, but it obviously.
She finally realized that she married a professional golfer, and it's okay that he plays golf all the time. I don't know if you saw that comment, but she was like, "I don't like how much he plays golf." It's like, well, do you not know what you signed up for?
He's making you millions of dollars. Give me a break. Oh my God. That's insane.
I'm with you.
So I mean, maybe just based on that he has to deal with comments like that. Maybe I don't like Roy to win. But maybe he resolved his divorce by playing less golf, which means he's probably not playing as well. So
it's like, geez, are you really going to go play golf Thursday through Sunday? You're just not going to see me at all?
Yeah, and I'll come back with $1 million. Yeah. Okay. Either way, yeah, I would like to see him win. It's not that if I had to pick someone outside of Scotty, sure, I'll go with McElroy. But he hasn't
won a major in like a decade.
I know,
if I remember correctly, right? Yeah,
he's due. A lot of good things going for him.
That's the way to look at it. He's due. Let's go, Matt. Thanks for your time, man.
Pleasure. Appreciate the chat on the gold chain hype ups. I love 12 pounds. Appreciate it.
See you, man.
See you.
That's my guy, Matt Murphy, the best, just the nicest guy that I know. Clearly knows his stuff as well. So when we come back here in about 4 minutes, the Fever play tonight. Celtics up 3-0 in the NBA Finals. Netflix coming through clutch with the Joey Chestnut stuff. All that is coming your way here in about 4 minutes.